All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. It's time for State of the Atmosphere. We're going to have the usual pop culture update. I'll have my spoiler-free review of Saturday Night. Went and saw that this weekend. You guys know I've been amped for that one. We're going to have the Sweeney spot at the end of the pop culture update as usual, and we're going to start our Halloween party 3 weeks ahead of time this year instead of 2. So look forward to all that tonight on State of the Atmosphere. And stop typing, Jed.
That's
All right, it's time for State of the Atmosphere. I am your host, Joe's Atmosphere. It's good to see you. And if you look right below me, it says Lorne Michaels' Cat Herding Apprentice. If you haven't seen Saturday Night, you wouldn't know what I'm talking about. But I will let you know about the movie here in a minute. Right now, I want to say hi to the panel. It's good to see all of you tonight. First one in tonight was Jed. How you doing?
I'm doing good, brother.
Yeah. Have you woke up yet?
Yeah, I woke up now. I've had like a half hour or so.
Okay. Good deal. Want to make sure you're up and dry and ready to go. And he's got his lovely girl Kay with us.
Yeah.
Hi, Joe. I'm doing okay. I'm healing pretty well from my surgery. I had a ganglion cyst removed and had my stitches removed last week, and it's healing really nicely.
Are you back home after the hurricane?
Yes, I am back home.
Very good, very good. Well, I'm glad.
Yeah, we lost power for almost 24 hours.
Yeah.
And it was hot. It was horrible.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, our prayers and our good thoughts go to all the people of that region and the mop-up operation. John, stayed home from work today. Feeling a little under the weather, huh?
Yeah, I've been sick.
Yeah.
I am wearing my new shirt, though.
Yeah? Well, show us. Let's see it. What you got? Uh-oh. He's trying to knock himself out.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Bro, that's awesome.
There's a new something in town.
It's supposed to be ass.
Are you trying to say he's taking over being America's ass? Is that it? Is that what's going on there? Dude, yes. Where'd you get that shirt from?
Walmart.
That's awesome, dude.
That's an awesome Walmart tee, John.
That is fantastic.
Or did I get it from? I might have got it from Amazon. I can't remember.
Yeah. Well, let's say hi to the chat real quick. Now, like I said, what the new setup StreamYards has, they have permanent studio setup. And when you go live, it knocks out the chat. But I can tell you that, as usual, he won the contest. He's always trying to win.
10:46 a.m.
Actually, I think it was like noon on my
end.
Which is 10 your time.
Okay.
But anyway, if you don't know this guy's name by now, you just haven't been watching.
There are some who call me Tim.
Tim was the first one in today. Of course, maybe I shouldn't even mention him if it gets wiped out. If you say something before, maybe we should just make it the first person in after the show starts. I don't know, but anyway, he was the first one in. Of course, our good friend Jed is here, and Vince Womack is here. He said LFG. He just wants me to play the video again. He just wants to hear that as often as he can hear it.
Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go.
Let's go!
That's it, man. I'm telling you, I'm going to wear that video out. People are going to get tired of
Oh
seeing
yeah,
that.
me and you both wear that. Yeah.
Low Spec is here as well. Good to see you, man. And yeah, look at him. He's happy I played it. Yes, he is. Yes. But anyway, okay. You guys know how we do this. We're going to start off with the pop culture update. Let me I got to get situated here. I got everything up and ready. I just got to get everything organized. Okay, here we go. This is for the weekend, October 11th through the 14th. Indigenous Peoples Weekend, apparently. Yeah, we got an extra day out of it this time around. We got the Monday day, too. I guess most okay, look, man, I just played it. Come on, Vince. Come on.
No, it's fucking go.
I can't do it all day long. Come on now. But Terrifier 3 knocks Joker down to number 4 in its second week. Wow, what a drop off.
Yes,
81% drop off for the Joker, which is it deserved that, no doubt. Terrifier 3, which is third part of that Terrifier series, made 21 million. Wild Robot still making double digits, and it's in its third week, and it's
on streaming.
Yeah, is it on streaming?
Yeah, it
really?
is.
And people are going to see it in the theater. That's amazing. I mean,
yeah.
That just tells me that people are back to taking their kids to the movies. You know, every time we see one of these animated movies, they'll put it on streaming, and it's still making money. You know, it's crazy. Beetlejuice dropped out of the double-digit millions, but it's still holding at number 3 with 8 million.
Yes.
Go ahead, sir.
Well,
You got your hand up. What is it, John?
Oh,
I'm calling on you. What's
sorry.
up?
I was looking for Terrifier 3's budget.
It's budget. Go ahead and keep going. I've got an article on it over here, but I don't know if it's got the budget in it. But anyway, Beetlejuice is down to number 3. Joker drops to number 4, and hopefully the bottom will fall out of that. 7 million. I don't know how it made 7 million this week. As bad as it's gotten. $2 million is all it costs for Terrifier.
Yeah, and look how much they
I
made.
would say that it's a hit. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. They more than made their money
I
back.
don't think I've seen the Terrifier series before.
I haven't either. I look, I used to be a huge horror fan. I used to collect Fangoria magazine. I used to read Stephen King. Of course, anybody that's from my mother's part of the country, that's where he's from. So they're all huge Stephen King fans. But, you know, since the turn of since my daughter became an adult, that was my horror partner. When she became a teenager, we started watching the old horror movies, and she started watching the Japanese remakes and stuff like The Grudge and all that stuff. And I just haven't watched. The only horror movie I've watched since she left the house was Saw, because I'd heard so many. They've made so many movies. I said the first one's got to be good if they made this many sequels off of it, you know. And which it was great. That ending I did not see coming. That was pretty damn cool. But. Anyway, and we're going to talk. That's what we're going to start today. Is the list of the top 100 horror movies of all time, and you know we're going to cuss and discuss it, see if we agree with it or not. But anyway, yeah, I haven't watched any horror movies since then, so I haven't seen any of the Terrifiers. That's basically a new one. One of you guys look up when the first one came out for me, will you? When this started, and
yeah, I got you, Joe.
Joker. Is for Piece by Piece. I don't know what that is, but it was number 5.
I haven't heard of that.
Yeah, me either.
In 2016, Joe.
2016? Okay, all right. So it's almost a decade old. Yeah. Now the movie I went and saw this weekend didn't get but to number 7. Transformers is number 6, and Saturday Night only made 3.9 million. And I got to tell you, that one right there, there's a reason why it didn't make much money. My wife made this observation when everybody was walking in the theater. She said, Joe, you know, there's not going to be anybody under the age of 50 in here. I said, yeah, you know, because hell, they started, it was 49 years ago this Friday. It's no coincidence it opened up on October 11th, because that was the date that it started. And yeah, I mean, unless you're just a huge fan of comedy and have done your research, young people are not going to have seen a lot of that stuff. But those of us that were young, I know I was 9 years old when that came on the air, and I was all fired up for it. Me and my brother stayed up late every weekend to see it. I mean, we stayed up late most nights to watch comedy. We stayed up during the week, Monday through Friday. We stayed up till 10 o'clock. And while our parents is watching the news, we're in the room watching Monty Python's Flying Circus and Benny Hill on NPR, you know. But Saturdays, it was all about friggin' Saturday Night Live, what they were going to do on that one, you know. But anyway, I figured before we go any further, I'd go ahead and give you my spoiler-free review of Saturday Night. This movie is what it's advertised to be. It is the 90 minutes leading up to the airing of the first Saturday Night Live. And basically, it's what you thought it would be. And I was kind of shocked to see some of the people who weren't on that episode that were actually backstage. They had so many folks that wanted to be on that show.
Oh, yeah.
And the running theme in the show is because what's our guy's name that plays J. Jonah Jameson in the Spider-Man series? I can't. The actor.
Simmons.
Yeah.
Simmons. J.K.
Simmons.
Yeah.
He plays Milton Berle in it. And there's of course, we all know, you've seen in the previews that Willem Dafoe is one of the TV execs, and all the affiliate presidents are there, you know, to see it. And Lorne Michaels has to try and sell it to them, you know, and basically, and it has to do with what I've got under my name here, Lorne Michaels' Cat Herding Apprentice, because if this movie's 50% accurate, that dude is the ultimate cat herder. He friggin'
he was.
He put together personalities that were at war with each other. I mean, they document, you know, in the show, Chevy Chase and John Belushi's disdain for each other, you know, and so it's really great. The highlight of the show for me was how well the guy that played Chevy Chase did. He pulled him off as the arrogant prick that he is. They showed that pretty accurately. It was funny. We walked out. My wife goes, "I had no idea Chevy Chase was such an asshole." I said, "Oh yeah, he's notorious, babe, big time, you know." But
and he's only gotten worse as he's gotten older, too.
Right. The other guy that's really going to impress you dudes when you see this movie, those of us that know it, know the show, is Garrett Morris. The guy that played Garrett Morris knocked it out of the park, first of all. And you know, I don't want to give it away, but look, he's questioning why he's there most of the show. Because if you don't know this about Garrett Morris, he was a Tony Award nominated playwright. He was a producer. He did a bunch of Broadway stuff, and he's trying to figure out why he's in this cast, you know, other than to be the pimp and the thug, right?
Yep.
And he's questioning it the whole time, and it's just a circus. It is crazy, and Lorne Michaels has to juggle all this stuff and try and put this show on, and if he doesn't do it, they've got a Johnny Carson episode queued up, ready to go. So he was up against it, man. And you see in the trailer, Dick Ebersol, the guy who played Dick Ebersol, did really good too. And you saw Dick Ebersol tell him, they want you to fail. You know, that it was basically the old guard, Milton Berle types, Johnny Carson, right? And these young upstarts. And I completely forgot. Do you guys remember who the first host was?
No.
George Carlin. And
I thought it was Carlin.
The guy that played Carlin in the friggin' show knocked it out of the park. And he was even wondering what the fuck he was doing there with all these kids. You know what I mean? It was, you guys need to shit. If you're a fan of Saturday Night Live, you need to go see that movie.
I do.
It is fantastic. It really is. Yeah, Tim got it. Yeah,
I thought it was Carlin, but I wasn't too sure on that. So.
And the guy that played Carlin, look, my hat's off to the cast. The guy that plays John Belushi is great. The guy that plays all the men and women in the show are fantastic. And you guys need to go check it out. You really do. The guys you're going to remember from it are, of course, Chevy Chase and John Belushi. They're highlighted. I thought it was interesting. Bill Murray wasn't on the first episode, and he wasn't even shown in this at all. I wasn't aware of the fact he wasn't on the first one. Of course, that was a long time ago. So, but the guys you're going to remember are the lead writer who goes to war with the damn censor that's there. It's great too, and he goes to war with Carson and anybody that's telling him to cut stuff. Or questioning what they're doing on the show, he basically gives the middle finger from him to him and tells him to go to hell. Even Carlin, he really does. He doesn't want to hear any bullshit. He's got his own vision for the show, And a little piece of trivia: he's the guy in the first scene where John Belushi's trying to learn how to speak American with a Russian accent, right? He's his tutor. He's the lead writer.
Carlin would give him the finger,
right?
Yeah.
But anyway, if you're a fan of Saturday Night, I highly recommend it. This is going to get some Oscar nods. I can tell you right now for some of the acting in it. If the guy that plays Chevy doesn't get nominated and the guy that plays Lorne doesn't get nominated, I'll be upset. I really will. Because the guy that played Lorne Michaels, if you don't know this, Dr. Evil is modeled after Lorne Michaels. The way he talks and everything, that's Lorne Michaels. All right, that's what Michael Myers decided to do with Dr. Evil, and
oh wow,
yeah, he knocks it out of the park. He
really
sounds and acts just like Lorne Michaels. It's great, man. And if you don't know about him, he's a dwarf too. He's a little bitty guy.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, go see it. I highly recommend it. But it is a drama. It is funny. It's funny as all get out. Some of the stuff is just outrageously funny. And you're going to see some of the lore come to life for you. Like you're going to find out how they came up with some of these skits. Okay. One that comes to mind that's really big in the movie is one that has to do with Garrett Morris. That's all I'm going to say about it. But he has his time to shine, and they eventually turned it into a skit on the show. I do remember it, but it was neat to see how they came up with that piece of lore. So if you're a fan of this show, you got to see Saturday Night. It is really, really good. Okay, so am I the only one that saw it, by the way?
Yeah, I
haven't seen it yet, but it sounds like it's pretty good.
Yeah, it is.
I'm
Go ahead,
waiting
John.
for. Go ahead.
Good.
I do have a report on what Piece by Piece is.
Okay, what you got?
Piece by Piece is the Pharrell Williams biography done by the people that do the Lego movie, the Lego Animation Studio.
Okay. Whose biography is it?
Pharrell Williams.
I don't even know who that is. You got something
Pharrell
for me on
Williams
that?
is an artist. He's a singer.
Yeah, he's a singer, producer.
Singer, songwriter, basically.
Wait, was he the one that
Timberland's
did that
cousin,
weird song, Virtuosity or some shit?
No. That's.
No, he did.
But they're the guys who did the Lego movie. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
They're the ones who.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Well, as we said, Terrifier. What's he talking about? It's just an anime icon, probably a girl.
The guy's already ribbing her.
Vince says, have no plan on seeing it. Zero connection to Saturday Night Live. Yeah. Look, this movie's only going to appeal to people that are fans of the series, Vince.
Yeah, I want to see it because
if you were a kid when the not ready for primetime players, the original guys, John Belushi, Chevy Chase, Garrett Morris, Lorraine Newman, Gilda Radner. The girl that played Gilda Radner was really good too. They don't really focus on the girls too much in it though. Except for, Jane Curtin, of course, the girl that plays Jane Curtin. What's funny is Jane Curtin must have been really good friends with Garrett Morris because they talk a lot in the movie. A lot.
Did she do the shirt bursting scene?
Let me say that they give you the lore behind it.
Okay.
No, the only thing they did with the Weekend Update was they actually, because this is the 90 minutes leading up to it.
Yeah, I know. I just
they were practicing a lot of the skits.
I heard rumors backstage she was like trying to figure out what to do with the shirt bursting scene.
Well,
the 90
no, it
minutes.
had nothing to do with shirt bursting. It was quick change. I'll say that. Quick change.
Okay.
They were trying to figure out how to get different costumes on as quickly as they were going to have to change.
Okay.
And you'll see a lot of that. But
Yeah,
anyway,
because I used to love it. I watched it the whole time I was growing up.
Vince says,
so.
don't think SNL ever aired over here in Europe. It may not have, buddy, but we were watching your comedies growing up. I can tell you that.
Oh, yeah,
like
we were.
Like I said, we were watching this Flying Circus and Benny
Yeah.
Hill all the time.
Blackadder.
Yeah, Blackadder too. Yep.
Young
At least
ones,
not back in the days. Yeah.
Are you being served? You know.
Yeah. Okay. So, according to Deadline, Terrifier 3 posts 21.5 million, a 4-day holiday opening. Looks to stab near $2 million on Tuesday. This picture continues to confound. Yeah, Terrifier has got fans apparently.
Wow.
And like I said, I have not seen any of the series, but it continues
it looks
to
like
grow.
It's going pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Low Spec says Dave Allen at large. Yeah, okay. Gotcha. Let's see if they would do a word association with Saturday Night Live today. Yeah, I don't think they would.
No, they won't.
But our
No.
comedy are actually good. That's why. Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we were staying up to watch public television. That's the only way we can get it. Okay, and we were staying up to watch.
That was the only way you could see.
Here, I was staying up to watch Louisiana Public Broadcasting. So
Yeah.
But anyway, let's see. Yeah, you guys are yakking in there. Okay. Yeah, the British comedies were great, and they continue to be great. They really are. I love British humor. Not everybody gets it though. My wife, she doesn't get Monty Python. She doesn't get it at all. She doesn't think it's funny at all. And I'm like, wow. It's character-based humor. You just have to, get into it a little bit. But anyway, also on that front, box office preview for next week, Smile 2 keeps spooky season alive with a second horror sequel in a row. And I think this one's going to do better than Terrifier. Now, a lot of people raved about that first one and are looking forward to the second installment of Smile. I'm going to have to check that out myself, but we've got that to look forward to next week. Are you guys horror fans at all? Or are you just into the older horror?
I'm classic horror in some horror. But yeah.
It kind of depends.
I'm not big on like the slasher movies.
Okay.
That's not, the gross gore stuff I'm not into, but the psychological Cthulhu, H.P. Lovecraft kind of horror. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We did The Keep on Military Monday this week. That was a good movie. I enjoyed that one. That one was pretty good. That's some Lovecraftian type stuff.
I'm a big horror fan, but most of them I can't really handle anymore.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Well, my brother was never a big fan because he wasn't into the gore, much like
she
John
did
there.
handle Evil Dead though. She saw all of them.
Evil Dead's something different.
Yeah.
There's some comedy in there and stuff.
Well, not the
Matter of fact,
first
when you get to Army of Darkness, it's all comedy. Man.
Oh, it's a whole change.
Yeah.
I'm like,
but anyway, we got Smile 2 to look forward to, you horror fans out there. So look forward to that. In other news, this week we got news from That Park Place that Captain America: Brave New World reportedly awful after test screenings. That's not good news.
Wait.
In other news, water's wet.
Yeah, water's wet, right?
I need the Futurama meme. I'm shocked. No, I'm not shocked.
Well, you do know what Disney would be saying right about that.
Yeah.
You know what they'd be saying. They'd be saying this.
All right, move on. Nothing to see here. Please, Pittsburgh. Nothing to see here, please.
Yup.
And of course, they're over there telling Park Place.
Stop that.
Yeah. This movie, look, first of all, when they changed the name, I knew this was going to be just a mess. I liked the original name, and John and I have talked about this. He likes this name better for the same reasons, but I liked New World Order.
Knock has announced himself.
I have arrived. Yeah, there he is. Sorry, man. I didn't know you were running late. I thought you might have had to work late or something.
No. I was only waiting about a week and a half to play Luke in College Football 25.
Oh,
So
I got you.
We got
So
our
you
we
had
got
to
our
get
2
that in.
games.
Yes.
We have two dynasties, so we got both games in before and it was running a little late. Those games were taking forever. We could not stop each other on offense. So I couldn't chew the clock, and the first game was Ohio and Ole Miss. It was like 49-45. Like
Good Lord.
it was awful. And then we did crummy leagues where I was Sam Houston, he was App State, and it was like 20-17. But
Wow.
so
Dude,
it was fun.
unbelievable. So did you win one of them or no?
I won both of them, barely, just because
Okay.
I had the ball last and I ran out the clock.
Right. Way to
So-
go, man.
Job,
Way to go.
Clap for
Good job.
not. Clap
Way to
for not.
represent Team Atmosfere. Way to go.
Mhm.
Way to go.
You won for us, Spike.
But anyway, we're right in the middle of the pop culture update. If there's anything you need me to put up, just throw it in the private chat, and I will put it up before we get out of the culture update. Okay, man. Good to see you, brother. I was beginning to wonder. I was like, oh man, I hope.
Yeah,
you
I was
don't
wondering
car
where
wreck
he
him
was.
right home, 'cause he's
I-
gonna
I should have
so.
put it in the group chat, but I texted you just between you and me. But
Okay.
I didn't think
Once
you
I'm
would see it while you're on
once
the
I'm
show,
getting
yeah.
the show going, dude. Yeah, it's over, dude. It's over completely.
Oh.
But yeah, we knew this was going to be a scrape when they changed the name of it, and now they've totally reshot the movie, and the test screening has not gone well. So now I'm hearing the complete opposite about the one we watched the trailer for last week, though. Thunderbolts, from all accounts of people in the know, in the business that we know in these circles, it's going well. They say that one might be actually worth paying to go see. So it's gonna be interesting to see what's going on. Any thoughts about this subject here? I know,
It was DOA from the start, bro.
yeah,
I
yeah,
agree
It
with
was,
Babe.
yeah.
They gave
I
the
mean,
shield to the wrong guy.
yeah,
They should have went to Bucky.
right. I mean, if you, I understand the people that watch the MCU now don't read comic books, but I mean, it just makes common sense to give his best friend the friggin' shield first, don't you think?
They had to.
Yeah.
What that was just all. Hey, we're gonna give the black guy the shield, and we're gonna do this, and DEI. That's all it was.
DEI, checking boxes.
Yeah.
Let's see. Isn't Harrison Ford in Thunderbolts? I'm sure he's going to make an appearance.
Yeah, he's Ross.
It's supposed to be named after him putting that team together. So
Yeah.
he's kind of like what's the chick that puts together the Suicide Squad in the DC
Amanda
universe?
Waller.
Amanda Waller.
Yeah.
He's basically Amanda Waller in that story. So we'll see what happens. But
They've replaced him with the chick from
the chick from
the VP chick.
Right.
Yeah.
She showed up in
She's in
I
the
think
trailer.
she's been in a couple of series, right? She was
she showed up several times.
Yeah, she's been the one in the background in a few series now. So yeah, okay. This is nothing. Yeah, it like John said, in more news, water is wet. Captain America.
Yep.
Okay. This is some pop culture for you. It's going to be interesting to see how he calls games now, because Tom Brady finally gets approved to buy a stake in Las Vegas Raiders. He's a minor owner.
I was laughing.
Yeah,
about
Patrick
this.
Mahomes is the major owner.
I'm shaking my head at this.
Low.
We don't need Tom
Wait a
Brady.
minute. That's Arrowhead's Casino, right?
Yeah, it's Arrowhead Casino.
Okay.
Dude, all the old players are like, let's just buy the Raiders because they suck anyway. Let's see if we can make them better. You know,
Richard Seymour got a
Tom
piece of that
Brady's
too.
not going to make them any better than they are right now.
Well, this is the deal.
When you're an owner, it's not about making it better. It's about
No, it's
owning
not.
it.
It's about making money,
owning and
right?
making money.
Yeah, that's it. And to be fair, look, the Raiders, if you want to make money, the best franchise to have a piece of is the Dallas Cowboys. But,
yeah, I was like, you go for the Raiders.
Raiders is not bad. The Raiders, there are Raiders fans in every city in the United States. Believe that. They're one of the old school teams. So, but it'll put restrictions on his broadcast role at Fox. And
good.
What it's going to do, guys, he's not going to be able to go to a lot of the pregame interviews He's not going to be able to talk about the Raiders. He probably won't be able to cover Raiders games. I would imagine, because
he can't gamble. He can't do a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Let's
No, like
see.
legitimately, he can't.
Yeah.
He can't.
Yeah,
gamble.
Right.
That's one of the restrictions.
One of the restrictions, yeah. Brady can be a minority shareholder and still do Fox broadcast. I'm not saying he can't. I'm saying there's restrictions on what he can do. The network doesn't think it's collusion or anything fishy. No, it's not. It's just there are some rules that apply, Mikey, and it's good to see you, by the way. There's some things he's not going to be able to do. He's not going to be able to go in and talk to players that work for him in interviews and stuff. It's just, there's certain things he's not going to be able to do. And that's just the bylaws of being an NFL owner. Okay. That's just all there is to it. So that's very interesting. Very, very interesting. I knew he was trying to do that for a while, and looks like they finally got it done. Let's see. Something Jed gave me a heads up about last night. Guess what came back? The Angels are back. Victoria's Secret had their fashion show last night, and you did mention there were guys in this thing.
You should have heard my mouth last night.
But that's dude. I watched a couple of stories on this, and I didn't see any guys at all. But hey, who was there was a bunch of the old school models though.
Yeah.
Tyra Banks was in this thing. A few of the older models were in here, and there's Tyra right there.
Giselle?
No, Giselle wasn't there. No, they didn't mention Giselle.
Missed opportunity. Missed opportunity.
Missed opportunity for sure. I thought Heidi Klum would have been there too.
No, they filled out their DEI. That's the one. There was two of them in there.
They did have a plus size model. They did have a plus
I don't have a problem with that. It was the other thing.
And me neither. But but the hot supermodels are back, man. They were there.
No,
so.
they had the DEI checklist.
No.
I can applaud.
Well, I have to tell you, Jed, any fashion show is a DEI checklist. Okay, they're all different colors and different.
I know, but it wasn't just women that were up on the runway.
And I'm telling you,
Victoria's Secret is just like
I'm telling you, it was mostly girls. It was all hot chicks from what I saw.
No,
now, if you can show me a bunch of guys, go ahead.
Dude, but you just showed one of the guys up there.
There were two that were genetically male.
Yeah.
But anyway, look, I'm just glad to see there's hot chicks on the runway again. That's all I care about.
I applaud them for
Soul Assassin, good to see you.
What's up, Soul?
Dudes in the Victoria's Secret show. No wonder I felt this disturbance in the force, as if somewhere in America, Jed cried out in pain.
Love you, brother.
Vince Womack says Giselle would have gone to give Tom a part of the paycheck. Yeah, right. Whatever. Yeah. But anyway, I'm just glad to see the Angels are back. That's all I know. Yeah. I could give a shit about the dudes. We also have this story has to do with video games, guys. Hitman publisher IO Interactive lands new game called Mind's Eye from Grand Theft Auto producer Leslie Benz. So we've got that to look forward to on the game front. Not sure what this is about, what it's going to be, but definitely the Hitman game was a very good game when it was made.
Oh, yeah, I have it still.
Yeah, and a lot of people like that. Out of it. So look forward to seeing what they're going to produce here. You guys got any other games you're looking forward to coming up soon? Or no?
Okay. There may be that. I will. I'm like. Though that's the one Star Wars game that's coming out, I'm like 50-50 on because I feel they're going to screw it up, and then I'm like kind of.
Is that the Dream whatever guys that made become human or whatever?
Yeah.
Oh, Eclipse. Yeah.
I'm like, please don't screw this up. Please don't screw this up. Please, I want to play that.
It's somebody who's made good stuff. I was playing Beyond Two Souls last night.
Yeah, we had fun last night.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We went way too long though. God, we were on for 3 hours.
3 hours last night.
John, you said there's one you're thinking about?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking it up to see. I think it's next year.
Okay. All right.
And then
Civ 7's next year.
Yeah.
What's the name of it?
Civilization 7.
Civilization.
Oh, bro! I didn't know they're coming out with 7.
Well, they came out with 6 before it, so I imagine the 7th was.
Well, I didn't know there. I heard rumors that they weren't going to come out in their Civ game. So.
So what is this? Is it a sim? Is it like SimCity?
It's a simulation game. Yeah.
It's where you start at like prehistory and build a civilization. It's a grand strategy game.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, at least we got some gaming stuff that's coming up. I mean, all I've seen lately is all about college football and Madden. But matter of fact, guys, this is how bad Madden's doing. They're about to. I know on the digital store it's only 50% off. It's 50% off now, and we're in the middle of the season, and it's 50% off. That's bad. Their sales must be bad.
Nobody
on
wants
that.
to buy it.
Yeah, because they're all playing college football. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Mikey says, rip Liam Payne, formerly of One Direction, who apparently committed suicide outside of an Argentinian hotel. Well, that is a good enough segue. We're all over it, bro. This is the pop culture show. Liam Payne, One Direction member, dies at 31. Now, John, you said he went out a hotel window. Is that right?
No, he fell off a balcony.
He fell off the balcony. Okay. All right. He's Mikey says seems to think he committed suicide. Are they calling it a suicide? Or?
Do we actually know what really happened, or is it just
the only thing this article said is that he fell out off a balcony. So, fell, quote unquote, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. There is finally going to be a sequel to Alien Isolation.
Oh yeah, that
is that a video game? Yeah.
Yes, it's a very good video game too.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Anybody fans of this guy? One Direction?
No.
Any fans?
This is one of those girl pop.
Yeah,
it's a boy band, I'm sure. One Direction.
Kay had to step away. She'd be talking about this right now.
Right. Yeah. But let's see what else we got here. Oh yeah. Diddy, of course, wants to know who's accusing him. Which I hate to tell you, guys, he's allowed to find that out.
He is.
You're allowed to find out who your accusers are, but I don't think they should make those names public. That's for sure. But the lawyers are asking them to release the identities of the accusers. So that guy's got to, at this point, this story right here, you have to really pay attention to what you're reading because they're attaching a lot of things to his name right now.
I think one of his accusers is the oil company, because he used too much oil, So.
Are you kidding me? They loved him. Why would
they're
mad that they're trying? You know who's really trying to figure out the identity of them? The accusers. It's the oil company. Like they're the ones trying to figure it out because they want their money back. Hey John, did you see they're doing a? Did you see Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver 1 and 2 remasters?
It looks so bad. It looks like an early Xbox game.
It wasn't.
Really?
It looks like a first generation Xbox game.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, I'm sure it's just an HD, cleanup kind of thing.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting we're not going to get very many that are Final Fantasy level remasters.
I know,
that doesn't happen very often.
I was hoping they would go full because I was like, oh, and I was
why? That would cost a lot of money. They don't even know if it's going to sell.
Soul Assassin
that costs a lot of money.
I know, but I was just hoping.
Soul Assassin says very hesitant about the new Alien game. The first one was really good, but I fear the studios will Joker to it. Oh, don't say that. Don't wish that on anything.
Yeah, I don't wish that.
A musical Soul Assassin? A musical video game? What?
Is it an Arkham?
That would be cool.
There's actually one. What's it called?
Hello, baby.
No, there's one that's like a musical.
Baby, hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime gal. P. Diddy has apparently fallen out of favor from the hip-hop elitists. Well, I mean, here's the question, and I say this to people all the time. Here's the question you got to ask yourself.
Where are the videotapes?
We all know that, yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody wants that. But here's the deal. everybody has known this guy's been an asshole for years.
Yeah.
Who did he piss off to make him out him? That's what you need to ask.
Yeah.
Who did he piss off to make him out him?
Yeah, just like John Gruden with the Raiders, Who
Right.
did he piss off to deflect over to him and get him fired when he just signed a 10-year contract?
Right. That's what you got to ask yourself. Who did they piss off to put them out there like that?
And I wish
was nothing but before Biggie. Yeah, I hear you. Well, that a lot of things like Tupac's death is really going under the microscope now because they're saying he might have something to do with it. So,
I think
this is really getting weird, man.
I think he had something to deal with all the deaths.
No,
to be honest.
Well, all I know is if we're going to talk about Diddy, then we need a palate cleanser, man. We got to back up. We got to back up a second and think about what we really care about.
How do you want me to handle the Sydney issue?
The Sydney issue?
Well, we should have a consensus on how the White House is going to handle it.
Well, I certainly hope the Sydney issue refers in some way to a problem that we're having with Australia, because if it's anything other than that,
Mr. President, Ms.
Sweeney?
To see you.
Have her come in, please. I am finished here.
Yes, sir.
There is no Sydney issue.
Yes, it's time to talk about the honorary girlfriend of the show. The honorary K. I say honorary.
Yeah. She just
not real girlfriend of the show. We've all got ladies in our lives. Miss Sweeney. First up, Sydney Sweeney shows off her mullet and muscles as boxer Christy Martin in sports biopic. I've been immersed in training, she says. And
that doesn't
look
look
they're getting
like
a little
her.
bit bigger.
Wow.
She actually put these up on Instagram. I follow her Instagram pretty close.
He stalks her Instagram really close.
Yeah, that's right. I got to bring you the pictures for Sweeney Spot, right? There she is outside of her trailer. And
she actually
look at
does
the triceps,
look like
bro.
her.
Look at the triceps, man.
Dude, she needs to play Power Girl. Oh my God.
Yeah, no doubt, right? Let's see, why is that not moving? Yeah, there she is. And if you haven't seen the girl she's playing, this is the chick she's playing right here. This is
she
Christy
looks
Martin.
like her though.
Yeah, she does. In the face, she does.
Yeah, they did good.
That is so amazingly uncanny resemblance.
Yeah, because this isn't Sydney Sweeney in a shot
That's
from the
her.
movie. That's her.
Chick.
That's Christy Martin. Yeah,
she was badass.
Definitely. I think they casted it pretty well.
Yeah.
I think that's the only two pictures from that this week. I think she had one other post this week, and it was Halloween shenanigans with her girlfriend. Just hanging out, doing stuff at the house, doing coloring books, doing the friggin' Halloween stuff. I guess she's making gingerbread houses for friggin' Halloween.
So is
what the hell?
Sweeney bisexual or is she lesbian?
No. I said girlfriend. That's her friend. She's heterosexual. She's actually engaged to what is it, a restaurateur? I can't.
Yeah, and that guy's gonna lose her if he don't fucking shit. Because he's already starting.
You don't know that. We don't know that.
Wait. No, last week when we had the thing that they said,
but it's not anything he said. It's people. People were speculating.
But if he is really doing that, bro.
And then we had a couple of memes pop up this week that were pretty funny. You got food, water, and shelter in the desert, but Sydney Sweeney's boobs are in this direction. 21 miles away. And so you'd rather go that far.
And I bet you there's some douchebag in there that's like, I would go get the water first and then go to 21 miles.
That water. We're going to...
You got one choice, star. Get to work.
There's water with Sydney Sweeney, my brother.
And the other one, this is a pretty good one. You like these titties? I want pictures of Spider-Man. She's like, what? You're out of your mind.
I feel like that would have been. I feel like that would have been better if they had her as what was it, Black Widow, whatever.
Yeah, right, or
Yeah.
Black Cat.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Missed opportunity.
Missed opportunities, indeed.
Missed
And
opportunity.
the Bugle Daily is awesome. Go over there, follow them.
Yeah, they put some pretty cool stuff up. Definitely. All right, boys and girls, that is the Sweeney spot for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. We always got to check in on the honorary girlfriend of the show, so you know. But yeah, she does look a lot like Christy Martin, doesn't she?
Yes, she does.
Oh,
Christy Martin was badass too.
Yeah. But anyway, okay. It's time for the main thrust of the show this week. We're going to start off our Halloween celebration. First of all, I want to know what you guys did for Halloween when you were younger. I know that when I was a kid, we went door-to-door trick-or-treating back in the day.
Yeah.
My brother always had a store-bought costume, and I always made mine. Matter of fact, I'm going to have to pull up that picture before next week because we're starting this 3 weeks early, so we could get some knock list stuff about some horror movies
so
he
you
might
can
like.
see some movies.
And you know he doesn't want to watch them after Halloween; he wants to watch them beforehand. So
exactly,
we decided to start this 3 weeks early. We're going to start chopping down the best horror movies of all time list. But first, I'd like to talk about the traditions in your family for Halloween. I remember when I was a kid, I did. And I made the gun out of a piece of wood. I cut it out of a piece of wood with a saw. But I was a Sandman from Logan's Run.
Dude, that's awesome.
All it was a black, a skin tight, like long johns, is what I wore, and I put a big white stripe across it. I sewed it into the chest, and I had the gun and everything. I had boots and the whole 9 yards, man. It's one of my favorite movies growing up was Logan's Run. I love that.
Dude, Logan's Run is awesome.
Yeah. But when I became a parent, what we would do is around 5:30 in the evening, the sun goes down here at about 6:30 in the evening, when it comes to late October. And so what we would do is I would get out there and I'd carve a pumpkin, and it was nothing elaborate. I would just happy harvest. That's right, man. Happy harvest. Let's see. Nothing Halloween only became a thing over here maybe in the 90s. Really? Okay. Gotcha.
I love how he said
wow, Soul found us degenerates. Yes, he did. How you doing, Awesome One? It's good to see you.
I sent the wolf signal out when he found us. So,
Okay, very cool. But anyway, I would carve the pumpkin, and I'm a big fan of the movie Halloween, so I just did the straight up jack-o'-lantern with the grin and the three triangles, right? And then what I would do is, I'm an artist. You guys know that. So I would do the face painting for any kids in the neighborhood that wanted to get their faces painted. So they would come over and I'd do them up.
You, Joe.
And then me and Rhonda used to dress up as all kinds of stuff. I think the last time we did it, I was Tom Brady in an off season because I had long hair and it wasn't gray yet. And I had a Patriots hat on and I had his football jersey, and she was Tomb Raider.
Bro.
But we've done Neo and Trinity. We've done the Addams Family. We did Cleopatra and Mark Anthony. I mean,
were you the hand?
Huh?
Were you the hand?
No, I was not the hand. I was Gomez.
Oh, okay.
Bro. Come on, I'm the dad.
Okay.
I have to be Gomez. Come on, bro. But anyway, yeah, we used to. Halloween's my favorite holiday. It's the day you get to dress up. When I was a bartender, I would dress up as Spider-Man and jump up on the bar and bartend from the top of the bar because I was that agile. You know what I mean? I could reach down and get stuff
back then
and bartend like that. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. The best costume I ever wore on Halloween though was the Terminator. And you're not going to believe where I got this makeup from. You remember a place called KB Toys back in the day?
Dude, KB Toys was awesome.
I got the fucking red eye and skin scraped off makeup kit that they had there, and I looked fantastic. The only thing I didn't have was muscles, right? I had a leather jacket and all that shit, but this thing had a battery pack, and you put it over your ear, and the makeup covered up the wire, and I looked badass as a Terminator one year when I was bartending. It was
Give
pretty
me your
cool.
shoes, your boots, and your
Yeah,
clothes.
that's right. Give me all your shit. Let's see. I lost interest in Halloween about 7 years ago when Fiends stopped hosting Halloween party. Oh, Friends stopped hosting Halloween parties?
No, I prefer Fiends. It's more.
Fiends sounds good.
It sounds better. It sounds better.
It does sound better for Halloween.
Those damn Fiends, man! I can't believe
Knock.
it. They suck on all around.
What did you do for Halloween when you were younger?
No, I did the trick or treating thing. You know, I did the store bought for the most part. Power Rangers is the one I specifically remember. And then once I became a teen, I didn't really do much.
You didn't really do it, yeah. Okay.
So no, I lately I haven't really done. Last like 20 years, I haven't really done much. But we also don't live in a populated area. So
no, yeah,
country,
yeah.
so.
You do live in rural.
We don't get trick or treaters at this place, so
yeah.
I'm not outside of the realm of like if I had a place like townhouse or something like that and lived in that kind of neighborhood, I'd probably check the place up. I'd definitely have candy and all that stuff and get into it, but just not in that environment. So
we always have candy because we've always got trick or treaters. People actually come to our end of town and bring the main drag into our neighborhood, Shady Grove Drive. It will be lined with cars with people parking there and then taking their kids into the neighborhood to trick or treat because they know nobody's going to mess around in this neighborhood.
Yeah, there's a few neighborhoods.
There's a cop car on every other friggin' block. There, a lot of law enforcement lives here and military guys and everything. We're close to the base, so they consider this place safe. And a lot of people bring their kids here just to trick or treat and then go home to wherever they're living at. John, what about you? What did you do?
Just pretty much trick or treat stuff. You got to remember, I was a kid just after you were, so it's not like we had a lot of extra stuff to do.
Yeah,
but I had some costumes. I went as Gene Simmons one year.
Oh man,
dude, that's
you was Gene Simmons, badass, cool.
Yep. And Batman one year. Although I was more the Miko Batman because that's what the costume was like. But it was cloth. It wasn't one of those plastic cheap ones.
What about you, Jed?
Shit. I went through all the neighborhoods, and it was either I made my costume or my grandparents bought my costume. I was like Superman one year, and I was Captain America another year, and then I was like. I was Luke. Dude, it's all the stuff we had when we were younger.
Right.
So yeah, because I'm only 9 to 10 years off from Joe.
Yeah.
And I'm not that far off from John either. So like we were all like.
Well, first of all, I think trick or treating has really moved from neighborhoods, unless they're like mine, and even my neighborhood, there's not many kids dropping by anymore. It used to be a constant flow.
Yeah, and then
ever since COVID, not many people are doing it anymore.
And then back then, we would get these humongous candy bars. Those huge ass candy. It wasn't these little mini things. People gave away
they still gave away the minis. It's just some houses they gave away full size ones, and you always knew which houses those were. You always made sure to go back there every year.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they were sparing no expense, right?
Yeah. In my neighborhood, the one I grew up, and it was just a normal neighborhood. Wasn't a rich neighborhood, but they gave out like every single year. They gave out huge candy bars. So
I saw something pretty horrifying today.
What's that?
High-end neighborhoods.
Oh yeah. What's that, Knock? What'd you?
It was it was candy corn wrapped around a hot dog.
Oh,
yeah, I saw that. That's
nasty.
That is a sick.
Gross.
Now, I do like
corn dog.
Nasty.
Specifically the harvest corn. The
orange and yellow.
Brown.
I may have to step out for a second.
Yeah, that's like.
I
had to share my horror. So,
Yeah, I hear you, brother. That's pretty bad. Hey, what did you do when for Halloween? What?
Oh, well, since I'm like 20, 30 years younger than you guys, things kind of like changed a little. So yeah. When I was younger, I mean, I do have some memories, because some of my trauma got rid of my memories, but my good memories, I can remember. I did go as several different things growing up. We went over to my grandparents' house most of the time for trick-or-treating because their neighborhood had was pretty much, the safest one. So it was like a couple streets down from where I'm living right now, so it's not really too far. But we went around, door to door trick or treating, and my parents bought my costumes growing up. I was a witch one year, and then one year I was a nurse, because I really wanted to be a nurse for a long time. And then when I started to become an adult, I was not very good at math, so being a nurse dream was kind of like flushing down the toilet.
Yeah. You got to know. Yeah, you got to know your metric system if you're gonna.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do
that.
The skeleton. Oh, jeez, pajamas.
Men's pajamas. Yes.
Yeah, for Allie and I to hand out candy.
That's cool, man. That's cool. I got to mention this here. When you hit your 40s, you can only rock and roll some of the night and party every third day.
Yeah. You need
That's a direct reference to Gene Simmons and Kiss.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Let's see. I did want to mention, when you mentioned you dressed up as Batman once, John. The only time I've ever dressed up as Batman, I just remembered this, man. And it's kind of funny. It was during a fashion show. Freaking at Cowboys, the first club I worked at, I was the assistant promotions manager. And when the promotion manager would have one of these fashion shows, it was for local boutiques and stuff would sponsor it. And they'd have these really hot chicks in there. And it was the year of the 1989 Batman movie, right? It had come out like that week. And whoever's clicking, go on mute. Please. I'm telling you, stop the typing unless you're going to mute yourself. But I went out there. I did the punching thing and everything. I had a really good costume. But my buddy, my roommate, God love him, George, he friggin' dressed up as Jack Nicholson's Joker. And we found out that night. I got home, and he wasn't home yet. He was walking home from the club, right? And we lived really close, within a couple of blocks from the club, right? He got home about an hour late, and he was pissed. And I said, "What's up, man?" He goes, "I just got hassled by the cops." I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, they frisked me and everything because I had face makeup on, and it wasn't Halloween." Yeah, apparently it's a law down here that you cannot wear a full face makeup unless it's Halloween. Every other day of the year, it's illegal.
Oh, wow.
I've never heard of
that. And that's one of those weird laws.
It's one of those strange laws, but he found out the hard way, man. They hassled him bad.
It's like that town in California where it's like $1,000
Speaking of
$500 fine to set up a nuke.
Right. Yeah.
Speaking of Jack Nicholson, I just watched yesterday, finished watching Chinatown.
Oh man, God, classic.
Yeah.
How did you like
classic?
it?
No, it was on the list. It was on the A list, so I plucked that one out and watched it. It was pretty good.
Did you think it deserved to be on the A list?
Well, it was the first movie I've actually seen a young Jack Nicholson, so it was kind of interesting in that aspect. Mm-hmm. I thought it was really good. There's something about, just in general with older movies, the audio in it is just so alluring to me.
Yeah.
For some reason, it just I like the sound of it better than now.
So
yeah, because it's not digital. That's why, buddy. It's analog, and it flows evenly. No matter how hard they try to recreate analog sound on digital, they can't, because at its base, it's ones and zeros, and there's going to be gaps. That's why a lot of people. That's why vinyl's making a comeback.
Vinyl is so awesome.
It is awesome. I understand exactly what you're talking about, Knock.
I have a question, Knock. Have you seen The Shining yet?
Is that one of those like the Mist movies?
It's based on a Stephen King novel.
I'm not a big Stephen King fan.
But it has a very
like
young Jack
Shutter
Nicholson.
Island. I didn't, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of those kind of movies, so I doubt it.
The reason why he's saying that, I know where he's going, Jed, if I can.
Go ahead.
Jack Nicholson puts on a tour de force in that.
And he's young.
He's fantastic.
Oh, is that the opening for John's show?
Here's Johnny. Yeah, that's him. Yeah. He busts through that door with an axe and says that to his wife. Yeah.
Yeah. You would like. I think you would like that, Knock.
I might have to give it a go, just for Jackie.
He showed it to me, Knock, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's
all
decent.
work and no
and
play makes Jack
here's
a
the
dull
thing.
boy.
This might even be a selling point for you. If you're not a fan of Stephen King hates that movie.
Yeah,
even though
it
was made by the guy that made 2001: A Space Odyssey and Doctor
Strangelove.
Strangelove. It's a Kubrick movie, and he hated his take on it. He hated it. He did not like it at all.
Okay,
it's basically about cabin fever, is what it's about, and what it does to people, and it's great, dude. It's a really good movie. Yeah, put that on the knock list for Halloween. The Shining. That's a good one for you.
Well, I tell you what. Just before you guys name off any more other ones, I can tell you what I still have from last year.
Okay.
I got too late.
I remember
as
that.
Far as
it's only four. It's only four. Okay. What's that?
As far as horror goes, or?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Go.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. These are from last year, like when it was too late, and I bitched about it.
I remember that.
I'm not gonna watch them because it's too late. Freaks from 1932.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's
okay.
On there. Phantasm.
Yes.
That's one of my favorites.
First movie only. Don't watch the others. They're just
just the first one.
Yeah.
Omen.
Yes.
The Omen. The original with Gregory Peck. Yes. Awesome movie. Yeah. Fantastic.
And then of course it was the Halloween series.
Yeah.
Which I've never actually seen.
Especially the first one. The first one is really good. I mean, all of these horror franchises, 3 is good. Yes, 3 is good too, because 3 actually has nothing to do with the rest of it. What they were going to do, before we get into the 100 list, I'm glad you mentioned this, and I'm glad John mentioned number 3. A lot of people, they either love or hate the 3rd chapter of the series.
Wasn't that Season of the Witch?
Season of the Witch. Yeah.
It's a good
it was
movie.
supposed to be an anthology series where they told different Halloween stories. It wasn't going to be Michael Myers every fucking time, right? The first 2 have to do with the same night, okay? The first one and then the second one is the continuation of the same night, and it ends that story, right? And then they were doing the next one, which was Season of the Witch. People went into it expecting Michael Myers, and they either got pissed off or they dug the movie because it was about witchcraft in a digital age, and it was really cool, man. That is one of the better chapters.
Season of the Witch is awesome.
It really is.
Yeah.
Let's see. Freaks was good. One of us. Yeah, no doubt. Season of the Witch. Yeah, that's what we're talking about there.
Oh, and the one of the ones on my list that I did watch last year was American Werewolf in London, which was
great movie.
Not much of a horror, but very funny with the ending there.
The thing about that movie that was great, here's the thing, it's like I told my daughter about Jaws, and she agreed with me when I took her to a theater and saw it. Seeing that movie on your television set is a lot different than seeing it in a darkened movie theater on a big screen. That movie scared the shit out of you in 1 second and had you rolling on the floor laughing the next minute. It was a rare movie. I loved it. I thought,
didn't John Landis, a bigger boat.
Yeah, exactly. Didn't John Landis direct that, guys? I think he directed
that. Along with
and he's a well-known comedy guy.
Yeah.
So, that was a great movie. I enjoyed that one a lot. Okay, let's get to whittling down this list that we've got right here. The 100. This is from Variety, and I figured we'd do this one. And look, as with any of these lists, they're going to be written by younger people, so we're probably not going to agree with them wholeheartedly. But I do want the discussion to go on where it should be on the list, that kind of thing. Let's see.
Also, if it's going on the knock list, it needs to be one unanimous that it needs to go on the knock list.
And right, I agree with that.
We know the rules on the knock list. It has to be
I don't even want for this horror list, right? I don't have a lot of time.
Yeah, we're going to do
for the horror list, I need the best of the best.
The best of the best. Yeah.
We're not looking for the A list. We're looking for the S tier.
Okay, here's trivia for the horror fans right here. Let's see if we can name all the movies in this picture.
Aliens, Carrie,
Frankenstein.
That's Alien. That's not Aliens.
That's Aliens.
Alien.
Yeah.
That is Carrie.
Carrie,
the original with
Texas
Chainsaw. Is that Godzilla?
Yeah.
That's Godzilla. Yeah.
Godzilla.
Well, it's a monster movie. It's a monster movie.
Psycho.
So,
Is that Silence of the Lambs?
Right
here. Silence of the Lambs.
This is Rosemary's Baby right here.
That's Rosemary's
She's
Baby.
looking down at her kid for the first time.
Okay.
If you remember. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
Halloween.
Get Out.
Let's get
that's
out.
of course the original Halloween, right? The girl I was in love with as a kid, Laurie Strode. That's Psycho.
Okay.
I saw that one.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got here. This one I don't know. It looks like a werewolf movie. There looks like there's a werewolf in it.
That looks like
Is it Dracula?
This
Is
is
like
probably
Dracula?
he's in a coffin, so that's probably a vampire movie. I don't know what it is though. That's Silence of the Lambs, no doubt. This one I don't know. Do you guys know this one?
I don't know that one. That one's Frankenstein down now.
Well, yeah, we know that.
Frankenstein.
Hard not to recognize Frankenstein.
That's Karloff,
This little girl right here, I don't know that I know that one.
I can't do kids, man. Anything with kids in it.
Right.
Nope.
Mm-hmm. Bride of Frankenstein. Check it out. That could be. It might be. I don't think that's what it is.
That might be Tomb of Dracula or something. I don't remember.
Not sure. But anyway, let's get started with this list. Number 100 on there is Repulsion from 1965. I've never seen that one. Has anybody seen this one?
I saw that a long
think so.
ago.
Okay.
Very long time ago.
Let's see. Take practically any other horror movie from the 1960s and a character like Catherine Deneuve's Carol, absent-minded, blonde, and foreign-born manicurist living alone in London would be dead meat. Roman Polanski. Okay, I can move on. Roman Polanski.
Yeah.
So I don't care.
Past, yeah.
Yep.
That one isn't really that. Now, this one right here.
Okay. Suspiria from 1977. Yes. I've never seen it. What's it about, man?
Yeah, it's an occult thriller, and it's just, dude, it's like you're on drugs throughout the whole movie. Like that's how I can explain it. You're on drugs throughout the whole movie.
Wow, that's what it says here. It says grade Z psychedelic movie. Yeah, wow. Okay,
yeah.
There you go.
It's an awesome movie.
Okay, cool.
And
next we got The Devil's Backbone from 2001. Never seen this one.
I haven't seen that one either.
We're gonna have a lot on this list.
I've seen a lot of the old school stuff. It's none of the I haven't seen this one. The new stuff.
But listen, there's a name here that makes me want to watch it.
Yes.
Guillermo del Toro's dark supernatural fable about a young boy meeting a ghost at an orphanage at the end of the Spanish Civil War. What?
Yeah.
Wow. Guillermo del Toro's got a great vision, man. He really does. If you're a fan of the Hellboy series, the first two, he did those. And, of course, we all know he won the Academy Award for what was the name of that one with the Aquaman in it or whatever the fuck it was? The Weight of Water.
Shape of Water.
Yeah, The Shape of Water, yeah. But Guillermo del Toro's been doing a lot of things in Hollywood for a long time. Vince says, sounds like Devil's Rejects sequel. Yes, right?
I'm still upset we never got Del Toro's in the Mountains of Madness.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. The Haunting from 1953. Never seen this one.
It's more psychological, but then they do have some other like really scary stuff in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's jump scare stuff.
Yeah, well, but it says it's the slow burning of the haunting of Hill House.
Mm-hmm.
But it's
gotcha.
House on Haunted Hill, and like
most ghosts, it's probably a ghost story, and
but
most of them are like
there's
that.
better versions of House of Haunted Hill on there. Mm-hmm. This one just go buy it. There's better
all right.
ones.
Let's keep going. Invasion of the Body Snatchers from 1978. Okay, finally we hit one that's good on this list.
Classic.
Donald Sutherland.
I actually, this may be a hot take for you horror fans, but I actually like this one better than the original. I
do in a way too.
Yeah,
I do too.
This one you actually get to see Leonard Nimoy playing something other than a guy from Vulcan with pointed ears.
Yeah,
he's in this. He plays Donald Sutherland's friend in it. Yeah, exactly. Right. That's it. Hang on. Let's show them what they're going to see a lot in there, John.
Yeah.
It's not a pod. It's not going to hurt you. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. It's a different take on the alien invasion. It is really pretty freaking cool. I don't know. I feel comfortable that we could give this one to the knock list. What do you guys
I
think?
would say that would be a knock list one.
Yeah, that's
agree.
a good one.
I agree
Check
with
that one out. Knock Invasion of the Body Snatchers from
But you got
1978.
1978 version. Knock.
There was another one. I think it came out in the 60s. I think maybe the 50s. I know it was in black and white.
It's actually
that's a good movie. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's as good as this one.
But if it wasn't for that one, we would.
If I'm only going to watch one.
Yeah, this
1978
one.
version.
The 1978 version.
Yeah,
yes,
you need that
absolutely.
one. 78 version.
Devil Brain Dead from 19. Now I have never seen this, so I don't know.
I have. This is what's his name?
Peter Jackson.
Peter Jackson.
Okay.
It's back from when he's in Australia. He did Dead Alive, which is Brain Dead, and Bad Taste.
Okay.
Oh, and Meet the Feebles.
Okay. Yeah. All right. A lot of these guys that we love in Hollywood start doing horror movies. I mean, even the guy we've been talking about a lot tonight, Jack Nicholson, he started working for Roger Corman in horror movies. I mean,
he did.
And
Jack Nicholson was in the original Little Shop of Horrors.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. He was?
Yes, he was. Not the one with Rick Moranis from the 80s.
The black and white version.
Right, the black and white.
Oh, okay. Because I think I've seen the one from 80s.
No, this one was in like the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Vince says, okay, pulled up the article myself. The pick in the banner could be the original Wolfman. That's what I was thinking. It looked like a Wolfman. It looked like Lon Chaney in there.
Oh, okay.
And
Jack
Jack
and the Raven.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was.
Okay.
But a lot of people forget Steve McQueen was in a monster movie.
Yeah.
That was his first appearance on film.
Yep.
Was in The Blob from way back in the day. So.
Yep.
A lot of these guys we love.
This
Peter
is
Jackson,
a gore fest.
We all love
Yeah.
his Lord of the Rings stuff, but I'm sure this is good too, man.
This is comedy satire. It's kind of like Evil Dead, but to the end.
It does have probably one of the funniest scenes with a priest I've seen.
Yeah,
I do like this one.
I was fixing to say you've seen this, huh, Knock? Yeah,
definitely seen this one.
This is one that needs to go on the Joe list because I keep hearing all kinds of great stuff about it, and I've never seen this.
I'm pretty sure that's a Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah, that's Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah,
and there's
Kevin Spacey as an evil thing is crazy.
Yeah. Paul W.S. Anderson's movie. And it's a short one. It's only 97 minutes. I like movies like that get to the point and get done. That's one thing I liked about Saturday Night that I went and saw this weekend.
Think about it as Cthulhu in space.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, it is.
That sounds pretty cool, man. I heard nothing but good stuff.
It's I do remember that. I haven't watched it in years, but I remember it very much, very well.
Yeah.
I agree with Vince on that. The 80s version sucked. The Blob, the
Blob was good. Yeah. Screw the 80s version. Yeah, that had Matt Dillon in it. Yeah, they went more for the gore aspect of it.
It was so bad, though.
It was
terrible.
Bad. Okay, so Event Horizon's going on my list. I got to watch that and let you guys know what I think. Okay. Next up, Cat People. This is the original one from 1942.
Yes.
Wow,
yes.
man. Because I've seen
the 70s one.
Yeah, I do like the 70s one. But it's a slow burn movie.
Wasn't the 70s 78 from
I'm not sure what year the
I remember I was really young.
The most famous thing about it was how hot the chick was, first of all.
Yeah.
Secondly, David Bowie's putting out fires with gasoline.
John, what year was it? Because I remember I was really young when this came out.
We can check. Hang on. I'll look it up real quick.
I think it was 1978 or 80 or something. Somewhere
around
that area.
It's actually 82.
82?
Oh, yeah. See, I was right because it was somewhere early 80s. I was like,
Oh, Ariel's here. What's up, young lady? You didn't like it because the 80s blob started your slime girl fetish, Jed. Yeah. Good to see you. How is Vegas treating you, Ariel? Let us know in the chat, young lady.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Cat People, it was remade in the 70s, but I knew it was a remake, but I didn't know it was so early. 1942, that was made in World War II.
Yep.
It'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, I've seen this several times.
All right.
This is a movie to see, but I don't think we put it on the knock.
You can just skip this one.
You can skip this one.
Why? Yeah.
I'm
not even talking Human Centipede.
Okay,
Dead of Night. I don't know about this one. This is
that the one with the killer?
Yeah.
Ventriloquist dummy.
Yeah, it is, Joe. I mean, John. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a good to watch, but I wouldn't put it as S tier.
No, definitely not.
No, not S tier. It's if you want to watch something like from the old days, like watch it, but
it's not something that we need to worry about.
No. The movie that was made in that era in the 40s and 50s is Them. That's the one you need to see.
Yeah.
This. I'm sure this is probably decent.
Because we know Knock doesn't have that much time to do things sometimes.
Right.
So.
Exactly.
Yeah, we can skip
Vegas is fine. I don't care for it, and I'm bored. Been mainly slothing it around my hotel room, and Dad has been losing $5,000 a night for at least a week. Oh my God!
Oh my
Let's
God!
not do
He's
that
literally
anymore.
gambling all his money.
Let's try
away.
not to do that. Okay, you guys know my thoughts on gambling. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. At number 90, we got A Page of Madness from 1926. I don't think any of us have seen this.
I have. Mr. Archivist over here. I was gonna put it on the channel, but we just did a private walkthrough.
Yeah.
It's weird as fuck.
Okay. There you go. So they did do drugs in the 20s, huh? Okay. Opium, I think, was the choice at that time.
Yeah, it was weird, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is awesome.
Of Dracula. Now, this is, I'm sure, the
Christopher Lee.
How many Dracula movies we're going to get on here?
Yeah, there are
Dracula.
Dracula movies with Christopher Lee and all this stuff. So. If you want to, but we know Knock, we're only going to put the S tier. But if you want to do it later on down the line movie, not now.
Any movie with Dracula and ChristopherLee in the synopsis, check it out.
Check it out.
That's what made him famous.
That's what made him famous. It
wasn't Dracula should be higher.
No, I've never watched
should be?
a
You
Dracula
think?
film.
Is it one of the better ones?
Yeah.
John?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
Blood Feast.
1963. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Graphic. Oh,
yeah, dude, this shit. Okay, this movie was graphic as fuck. Okay. It was, for its time, it was graphic. And this was one of the movies that the guys brought all the girls to so they would get closer, Yeah, like
you might call them sub-grindhouse movies.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. For its time, it was really graphic.
Yeah. Let's see. The Vanishing, Sporloos, 1988. I don't know that I know that one.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it either.
I haven't heard of that one.
I haven't seen this one.
The Vanishing. Huh.
You know, if I haven't seen it, there's like...
Says here it's a Euro thriller. It gets progressively darker as it goes along. Non-linear. That sounds... It opens with a woman going missing at a highway rest stop. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Trippindicular.
Well, that's like... Oh, this is the original.
Village of the Damned from 1960.
This is the original.
Yeah. This is up there on most horror lists. I couldn't recommend it because I've never seen it, but I've seen some of the remakes of it. But,
Knock, do you know about Children of the Corn?
I know of it.
This is where Children of the Corn came, the later on version. Okay, so it's...
Ariel says Village of the Damned is really good.
Yeah, it's
but
good.
Which version? That's the thing.
Yeah,
Awesome says, well, I had chicken Alfredo on this side. KF and
okay.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, but there's so many versions out here, but I actually tell people if you want to see... I know some people don't like black and white, but this is one of my favorite versions of this because it started that.
Village of the Damned. Didn't John Carpenter remake this?
Yep.
Yes.
I think he did.
Yeah, he did. Later on.
So
but yeah.
Reanimator from 1985. Oh my God.
Dude. Yeah.
That's crazy. This
is body horror to the extreme sometimes.
It is.
It is.
I'm not, awesome. If you're not into just all out guts and gore, you don't want to watch this.
Yeah, you don't want, if you don't want to.
But if you like your stuff with a little bit of humor, this is pretty good.
This has plenty of humor and gore in it.
Yeah.
So.
Let's see.
And it's H.P. Lovecraft too.
Yeah, it is. If you like H.P. Lovecraft, Knock, you would probably like this.
Now, John, I want you to explain for those uninitiated. I mean, you had to explain it to me once. What does that entail? What is H.P. Lovecraft?
H.P. Lovecraft was a author in the 30s, 20s, 30s, that ballpark. That basically built this whole mythos about elder gods, and everything's connected. There's like Innsmouth and everything's like in Massachusetts. It's like Stephen King sets everything in Maine. Everything of H.P. Lovecraft is set in Massachusetts, but it's that it's about things that your brain just can't comprehend. Also, the thing about this was it was Cthulhu Mythos was basically the first open source storytelling, because he had friends that would write stories in his mythos.
Kind of like what we did with our stuff that we put together for the DC Universe there.
Yep.
Yeah. And there's a lot of lore to it, man. It's pretty deep stuff. That's almost a research project.
So this movie, I will say, if you agree with me, John, Reanimator will send you down a rabbit hole of other things.
It's definitely not S tier. It's young if you got some extra time.
Yeah, it's extra time. Like I agree.
Yeah,
it's cheesy 80s.
Yeah,
but there is a huge cult following for this movie.
Yeah, there is.
They love it. Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. Dead Ringers. Okay, guys, I recommend this movie. But I know it's not S tier. But
it's Cronenberg.
It's Cronenberg, first of all, and I'm a huge fan of everything he's fucking done. I love everything Cronenberg does. He is a body horror expert. I guess he's best known for The Fly, with the remake with Jeff Goldblum in it. But Dead Ringers, this one is actually based on a true story. It's about a pair of twins who are gynecologists. Not just gynecologists, but they're researchers in the female end of procreation. And one of them is a playboy. One of them is a shy brainiac type, and they work together. And they're famous, and they run a fertility clinic. And there's a celebrity that both of them fall in love with, because the way they've done it in the past is that the playboy will pick up a chick, and just so this guy can like clear his pipes every once in a while, he plays the role of the playboy and has sex with
does it good,
his partner.
too.
And Jeremy Irons was nominated for an Academy Award for this movie. Yeah. It really is it's a horror movie, I guess, but what it really is a study of drug addiction, because as it goes along, and the person that plays the celebrity, who is gorgeous, Geneviève Bujold, a French actress that is gorgeous. She's addicted to drugs, and she really is hanging out with them to get free prescriptions.
Yep.
And they end up taking the drugs with her. And as it goes along in the story, you can see that they start acting more and more and more like the same person, because they're losing their personality through drugs. It's really an amazing study of drug addiction, but in a fictional story. It's pretty cool.
I wouldn't say this is one of the things what Knock would like.
No. I mean, he probably would like it. I wouldn't say that. I'd say he'd like it, but it's not S tier.
No, it's not the S tier stuff.
Remember when those American horror series came out a few years back? Someone did a mock-up of coming soon, American Horror Story, Innsmouth. Oh, really?
Dude, I would still watch that.
I got all excited, and I found out it was...
It was a mock-up, cosmic horror writer who made some crazy stories and was good friends with Robert E. Howard, who made Conan. Really?
Yep.
Wow.
They were pen pals.
Well,
honestly, has Jeremy Irons done anything bad? No, he hasn't. He's a great actor.
And want to put it's not a bad movie. It's just it's not what you want for Halloween.
It's not a horror. It's not that kind of horror movie.
Yeah, it's not what you really want.
Isn't. You'd watch The Fly if you wanted to watch something.
Yeah,
if you want to watch a really good horror movie
Make a
that
bunch.
David Cronenberg made for Halloween, watch The Brood. That's the one I always tell people to watch.
Oh, that
is scary as fuck. That movie is crazy. It's got what's his name? Oliver Reed, is that his name?
No, Reed.
No, it's Reed.
Platt.
Oliver Reed, the guy that's in Gladiator, gets killed in Gladiator. He actually died
Reed.
during the filming, right? He was the Gladiator's. He was the guy that, he was the slave driver that was running the Gladiator in the Gladiator movie. He's basically the Denzel Washington part in the new one. But anyway, that movie's off the chain. The Brood is something else. And a lot of people don't remember that one. I saw John's face light up when I mentioned that one, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
That one's crazy. But I love Dead Ringers, but it's not S tier. I'm sorry. Anytime I get to talk about Cronenberg, I do it, dude.
So here's
the original Little Shop of
60,
Horrors.
not
Yeah.
63.
Okay, so it was made by Roger Corman, and Jack Nicholson was in this.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was.
This is what
I believe he plays the Bill Murray part from the musical. He's the guy going to see the dentist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, man, John. I got real excited too when I saw it, and it literally flipped. I literally flipped the table when I found out it was a fake.
I know this is me because I love the 60s version.
Yeah.
I would put it a little just below if you have time to watch it, because it's not that long.
Mm-hmm.
Watch it.
One good thing about Roger Corman's movies, they're not long.
If you want to watch Jack Nicholson and he's really younger in the original Little Shop of Horrors,
The musical is superior, though.
Yeah. And if
the 70s musical's a lot better.
If you have time.
But they're both good. I get your point. Yeah, Jed. They're both good.
I think I should watch the 1960s version because I seen the 1986 version and I liked it.
Yeah.
So seeing the 1960s version.
Well, the music is off the chain in
that's awesome.
That one there.
But I love Roger Corman movies too.
Yep.
So
What Lies Beneath? 2000.
It's like a thriller. I mean, that's
it's a thriller.
Yes.
This doesn't
really we can skip past this.
Qualify as horror. No.
Now
see.
this
Wolfman,
is
1941.
awesome.
That's a classic. The Wolfman is a classic.
I love this.
Yep.
You should see all the Universal monster movies if you haven't seen
the originals.
Yeah.
Yes, you should.
I would.
This is an S tier movie, dude.
This is an S tier movie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I would put this up at S tier.
Maybe you would have to show me it.
Yep. Who's the actor that plays the Wolfman in it?
Lon Chaney Jr.
Lon Chaney.
Is it Lon Chaney Jr.? Yeah. Okay. Lon Chaney was the man of 1,000 faces, right?
Yeah. Yes, he was.
Okay. Yeah.
He was awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, definitely put that down, Knock. Put
this on your list, Knock.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We can all agree.
Is he there? Is he there?
Yeah, he's there. He's there. House of Wax from 1953. Is this the original? No, this is an old story, so I don't know if it's the original one or not.
I would say because my younger times, my one of my favorites, House on Haunted Hill. That is one of my favorites. But I love this House on Haunted Hill over House of Wax. But House of Wax is really good too.
Yeah,
but I would
put Price.
I would put House on Haunted Hill above House of Wax.
Yeah.
So
let's see.
And this is the original film.
This is the original.
Yeah, it is the original one. Okay.
Yeah, I looked it up.
Well, when I saw Vincent Price was in it, I figured that.
It's
an old story. It's an old story. Yeah. This one ranks up there with the Phantom of the Opera as one of the oldest ghost stories ever. But yeah, House of Wax is definitely good stuff. Definitely good stuff. I wouldn't put it on your list though, Knock.
Yeah, no, I would put House on Haunted Hill.
But you once again, we've already talked about this. You've already got it on your list, and we'll repeat. You need to have this on your list.
Yes,
The Omen from 1976, the actual birth and raising of the Antichrist. What did it look like? Well, we get the first view of it.
And never drive behind a truck with glass.
That's it. Never.
I don't think I've seen this one. Definitely
oh my God! Really?
try.
Oh, well, I got to tell you that this series, the first 3 are decent, but none of them are as good as this
Is the first
original
one.
movie with Gregory Peck.
Is it 3
he
that
plays
has Sam Neill as the adult?
Yeah.
Now let me see. He plays the American ambassador to England, I believe, in this movie, and his wife is pregnant, and weird things start happening, and Gregory Peck goes into a rabbit hole trying to figure out what's going on. And
well, Babe and I did start watching horror movies, but my insomnia has been acting up, and with all the hurricane stuff, I mean, we're a little behind on horror movies, but we're going to try to catch back up.
I hear you. Soul Assassin says that nanny was kind of hot. Curse you, Damien.
I know, right? So
it's all for you. Oh my god, this movie's really good, Knock. Yeah, you need to watch that one.
I think
and let us know what you think of it before Halloween.
Okay,
dude.
so I think Final Destination took from a bunch of movies, not just one.
Final Destination take from The Omen, but instead of glass, they switched with tree logs. Actually, I could see where the person that came up with Final Destination, some of the kills in it, I'm sure they were a fan of The Omen because one thing, it's not a spoiler, Knock, most of the deaths in this movie are really strange fucking coincidences that didn't happen in a fucking million years, dude. It's crazy. But yeah, The Omen, it's a classic. You should watch it.
I've definitely seen.
And if any of you out there haven't seen it, definitely check it out.
Okay,
number 78 from 1983.
No, this one was weird as fuck. No, just skip right past.
It's Australian.
It was weird. It was extremely weird. Okay.
Okay. All right.
If you know I'm saying a movie's weird, and I usually like. Okay, this is okay. The original OG Blob.
Love the Blob.
Better than that 80s piece of shit.
To me. Boys and girls, this is an S tier movie. Yes, I think it's an S tier movie myself. You guys may not agree, but I
agree with you, Jeff.
I love
the Blob is such a hit that they show it like in older movies. They show that movie playing as a horror movie.
They do show that movie a lot on
yeah, they do.
I'm sorry.
Around Halloween, they start showing it. What is it, bud?
Just an A, not an S.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, there you go. Don't put it on the list, but I will tell you this: Steve McQueen plays the All-American jock in it. Basically, is who he plays. Man, it's really not like a lot of roles he's in the rest of his career. He's a teenager in it. It's pretty cool, man. And the way the town bands together to fight against the Blob is pretty cool, dude. And where it comes from and everything. Another weird take on the alien invasion movie, wouldn't you say, guys?
Yeah, it is.
But it turns out to be a monster movie, right? Let's see. Soul Assassin says, I like both Blobs, but always watch the 80s version. I watched this the 1958 one. I'm a Steve McQueen fan, so I'll always watch
the Blob was kind of like The Stuff, and I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah. I walked with a zombie. What? 1943?
Okay, there was some shit in this movie that they didn't mean for this to become a comedy, but there are parts in this movie that is extremely a comedy, and I was laughing my ass off at it.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they
were even doing zombie movies in the 40s.
It's not meant to be a comedy, but there are some parts in this movie where it is hilarious.
And I haven't seen this, but I'm wondering if their definition of a zombie is the same as what we know today. It could have been something a little different.
I was just
could have been more like Frankenstein.
Right. It could have been something like that, some kind of monster. Because I got to tell you, the modern day zombie takes really started with
the 60s
Night of the Living Dead.
Actually, the 60s zombie movie.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
See, there's some parts that are extremely dark, and then there are some parts where it's like it's a comedy. And I'm like,
there you go. Well, that American Werewolf in London's like that.
Yeah.
So, it could be good, but I've never seen this one, so I can't.
I've seen it.
Yes.
The Descent from 2005. This has got to go on the Joe list because this is one I haven't seen. I hear
I haven't
nothing
seen it
but
either,
good
Joe.
things about it. Yeah. Doesn't this have to do with a cave spelunking accident or something like that?
It's yeah.
I remember seeing the commercials about this one.
Yeah.
It's
For the
really
trailers.
good.
It's good, John. You recommend that one?
I like it. I would make it. It's not an S tier, but
It's not an S tier. I would say B.
Well, so far, movies on this list that I have to watch, from what I'm seeing, is Event Horizon and this one so far.
Yeah.
So, let's see.
So I agree with you.
Stoll says The Descent is good.
Yeah, running zombies.
Isn't it a water cave? Yeah,
it is. Yeah, it's
he also said about the zombies. Yeah, running zombies kind of lost their edge in a way. Yeah. I hear you.
Also, this is all female cast without it being
woke. Yeah.
Right.
Over the head. They're all well written characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. It's not girl bossing.
Okay. I would say B to A, but not S.
Ariel says Ghostbusters 2 did an homage to the Blob when the ghosts attacked the pink slime oozes out of the theater. Yeah. That was just like
okay.
in
And
the
then when
Blob,
they did the sequels, they had some of the pink slime in there too.
Mm-hmm. You never seen Event Horizon? Oh my God! Don't spoil it for Joe. He's in for a ride. Oh, don't worry, they haven't spoiled anything for me. Yeah. I've heard a lot about that movie, but they always talk in broad strokes, and they don't want to give it away. That's been my experience. Most people don't want to give that movie away. Okay. Oh well, this is a classic.
S tier.
This is S tier.
I gotta tell you, it's gonna be tough for me to get into any kind of Freddy Krueger stuff. I think I can only do one series at a time per year, and I think this year is gonna be Halloween.
So
because I'm gonna probably watch most of the Halloween movies. Okay. So maybe any Freddy Krueger stuff will be next year.
Okay, so you only have to watch 3 movies. You have to watch Nightmare on Elm Street, The Dream Warriors, and The New Nightmare. That's all you have to watch.
Understand, Jed. When there's more than one of anything, I have to watch them all.
He watches them all. It doesn't matter, dude.
It doesn't matter how shitty they are.
It's OCD with him.
Oh, I know.
He's got to do it.
Yeah. It's when people say there's like 10 movies.
Like when Joe, while you guys were discussing like the last 10 of them, and Joe had mentioned watch any movie with Christopher Lee as Dracula, I found like 10 movies and I wrote them all down.
Yes.
So, I mean, listen, I can't just watch one. So I don't think I'll have time for this one because I'm going to be doing the Halloweens this year.
Yeah.
You feel us on this.
We're going to bring this back.
Yeah, I feel it.
Well, I'm going to do this every year. I mean, we might just make October Halloween fucking month. You know? I mean, we're actually starting late right now.
Again,
as a kid, I've seen Nightmare on Elm Street, and Freddy Krueger was big when I was a kid. And one year, my brother's friend dressed up as Freddy Krueger, and definitely Freddy Krueger kind of scared me as a kid. But now as an adult, he's not really scary to me. But he definitely was scary to me as a child.
Right.
The only one I watched was Jason versus Freddy, and I love that.
I was so pissed at that movie.
I mean, understand that I love that movie because I was a teenager, and there were some scenes in there. So
right,
I did Freddie Jackson one year, a mashup of Freddy Krueger and Michael Jackson.
No,
where I had the sequin claw glove.
Dude, that's awesome, bro.
And Vince gives us a heads up. You guys remember Nightmare on Elm Street will be next week.
Yeah,
on Toxic Tuesday for Halloween. So yeah, definitely check that out.
Definitely check it out.
And you got to listen to Dawkins' Dream Warrior song. Yeah, no doubt. Fucking great song off of that soundtrack for that movie. I don't make the rules, just tell them. That's it. Exactly. Okay, so bring back a question I asked earlier. Where do you actually put slasher movies? Are they real horror movies or just slashers? Because they don't feel horror to me, or is it a different kind? I'd say they're horror movies. I just think a lot of them miss the mark as far as scariness.
Yep.
For instance, Halloween is a slasher movie, but it's scary. That movie is scary.
Especially the first one.
The first one was real scary. And what's funny is it's a slasher movie, but you know what? There's only a little bit of blood in that movie.
Yeah.
It's not gruesome.
Nightmare
but
on Elm
boy,
Street. There's
they just build him up so much you're scared to. Now, Nightmare on Elm Street is a different story.
They have buckets and I remember him.
Once again, the deaths in this fucking
yeah.
series just get more and more bizarre as it goes along. Because we're dealing with dreams. Freddy kills
like
you
I
in your
said,
dream, right?
Like I said, you only have to watch Nightmare on Elm Street, Dream Warriors, and New Nightmare.
But to answer your question, Errol, I think slasher movies are horror movies. I just think some of them miss the mark.
I did watch the original slasher movie. So.
What's that?
I forget what it's called, but it's the black and white.
Or Vince.
Psycho.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know if that's original. I just consider it as.
Yeah. No, that's a good call. Yeah, absolutely.
Jason X is awesome.
Friday the 13th movie.
Yeah.
That's my favorite Friday the 13th movie.
The first Friday the 13th, Jason X. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah,
Jason
Babe
X.
showed me that, and it was awesome.
What's funny is we'd heard so much about the first Jason movie. Let me drop this down.
Yeah, are we gonna spoil it? Or are we gonna?
Just listen to me for a second.
Okay.
Friday the 13th, Ariel. I say some of them missed the mark because of the original Friday the 13th.
Mm-hmm.
We thought it was going to be scary as hell. A buddy of mine named John was spending the night, and it was on HBO, and we said, okay. We were sleeping in the living room anyway, watching TV, and we said, okay, let's watch Friday the 13th. And it had been, everybody said, this is a scary movie, and blah, blah, blah. And we just laughed our asses off every time one of these kids got killed at Camp Sleepaway or whatever the fuck it was. And damn, Sam, I mean, just laughed our butts off at it. Now, we did fucking jump out of our fucking pajamas when fucking Jason finally showed up in that movie, at the end of it. That's iconic.
Yeah.
But yeah, some of them missed the mark. They're not scary at all. I don't think the Friday the 13th movies are scary one bit. I think they're comedies myself.
Well, that's the reason why I say some of the Nightmare. Some of them just miss the mark.
Yeah, but I agree with you. The three you mentioned are the best ones. The original, the Dream Warriors, and the New Nightmare. The New Nightmare was so good.
New Nightmare is my favorite.
Nightmare was Scream before he made Scream.
Yeah,
it was really cool.
New Nightmare is my favorite.
I can agree with Joe that Nightmare on Elm Street is kind of like more like a comedy, but as an adult, I see it as not really scary, but as a kid, you're really scared of it. I was scared of Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, Jason, and the Scream. I was scared.
My wife
of all
won't watch
those
any
guys.
of them. Listen to this, guys. My wife loves her some Hannibal Lecter, guy that eats people, guts them, right? Fries their brains in a frying pan. She loves that shit, but she won't watch Freddy, Jason, Michael Myers. She won't watch
some fava beans and an Chianti.
Yeah, she. I guess she wants her killer to be a brainiac. I guess I don't know. Number 73
Another
on the
Christopher
list.
Lee.
Blood for Dracula, 1974. This is another Christopher Lee classic. Yep.
I think it was.
Yep.
I'm not sure.
All right, and then we've got. Oh, this is one of my favorites, man.
I love this. This
one is so great. From
what would you agree on this, John? What do you think?
Creature from the Black Lagoon.
It's one of the original Universal
monsters.
It is.
He's up there with Frankenstein, with the Wolfman, yes, with the Mummy. He's one of them. So yeah. Put that down, Knock.
Yeah.
Creature from the Black Lagoon.
You hear all three yeses. So
and look, this is not a series movie. It's a one-off.
It's one-off.
They didn't make a bunch of them, so you don't have to go deep into lore for this one.
Yeah.
It is just a really good movie. You actually, I don't know if you guys agree, but you actually feel for the monster in parts of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you do.
Really
I've never seen it, so I can't really say much on that one.
Yeah. Oh my God, Sleepaway Camp.
Oh,
nice twist ending. Oh my God. Oh my God. Right. No, don't bring that movie up. It's scary. It's so
That's
scary.
like The Last Slumber Party. Don't bring that up either.
Okay. Most of you guys will get this. It's got, the same kind of twist that, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective has. Yeah, that kind of thing. Let's see. Black Lagoon is a classic. Hopefully the remake is good. Remake? When did they remake it?
Wait, is Universal remaking it?
Well, are they? Okay. Oh my God. I so hope Dad doesn't splurge all the money so We can save to go to Universal Studios, Florida, original Monsterland. Yeah, no doubt. Black Lagoon Monster just wanted some tail. That chick was hot. Yes, she was.
Yeah,
She was
Ariel,
definitely hot.
I
No
would
doubt.
definitely agree to come to Florida for Universal because they have a lot of great attractions there.
Yep. All right, next up. Hostel Part 2?
I wouldn't say no. Yeah.
I'm not a fan of Hostel.
Is it like a pretend Saw?
Kind of. It's kind of the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more of a serial killer movie, to be honest.
But he basically mentally tortures his victims before he kills them. Yeah, Hostel
So
is
like, fuck those films.
Yeah. Exactly, man.
Yeah, I agree with you.
That's the way I am with Hostel. I think it's just gore for the sake of. I think it's gore porn is what it is.
It's literally how they tried to remake The Evil Dead. That's what Hostel is, and it's stupid.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, is it, babe? It's like a remake of The Evil Dead.
Yeah, when they did it for gore's sake, and they didn't. Yeah.
We've got our first Korean film on here, The Wailing from 2016.
Bong Joon-ho. Yeah, it's good.
Is it?
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of
it's
Korean
not
films,
S-tier,
so
it's not S tier, but it's decent.
And it's not Bong Joon-ho's best movie either.
No, it isn't.
What is
That
this?
would be
It doesn't look like it's a slasher movie. What's it about?
Go ahead, John. You can describe it better than I could. So
it's more of a ghost story.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. All right, cool. Near Dark from 1987.
I would say A tier.
Okay.
B to A.
I don't know that I've seen this one.
It's decent.
Smashing cowboy biker bloodsucker movie.
Dude, it's awesome. I wouldn't say
Wow.
S tier. I would say A to B. Somewhere
Okay.
within there.
It's a vampire movie without being a vampire movie.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
All right. Cool.
yeah.
Okay,
Sounds cool.
interesting.
Yeah. The
Sixth
Sixth
Sense.
Sense.
Oh God.
Number
Don't-
68. How
Okay.
do they figure that's a horror movie?
It's
Oh,
thriller.
because of that.
He's a ghost.
Yeah. The ghost.
It's a ghost.
Just skip past that joke. Like,
Supernatural, I think, is where they were going.
yeah,
with that
skip
The
past.
reason why I shake my head on this one, guys.
Yeah.
Look, I have to go full screen for this. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're gonna go full screen on this one?
I knew the man was dead 15 minutes into the movie.
Yeah, you figure it out, bro.
Everybody was just so amazed at the ending of this movie. I'm like,
I was like,
come
I was
on,
like,
you people
dude,
not
I
paying
knew.
attention? What the fuck?
I knew
If
he
Joe
was.
can know that the man
Come
is
on,
dead
bro.
in the
Yeah.
first 15 minutes,
Give me
then
that
it's probably not good.
Yeah.
I see fat people. Walmart greeter. Yes.
Now, I tell you what.
I see Democrat voters.
You know,
Go ahead.
I tell you what. When it comes to those kind of movies, I try not to think too hard on these movies.
Yeah.
So in the Book of Eli, I obviously the signs are there, but I didn't know Denzel was blind.
I didn't either. Now that blew me away. They did that one right. And when you
I
rewatch
didn't
it,
catch that one.
you see that he
You
is
see all the
whole
signs,
time.
yeah, you see
Yeah,
it.
but you can't rewatch Sixth Sense after you watch it because it just
It's a
Has
one
Clint
and done.
Eastwood
Book of
ever-
Eli you can
Let's
go
see.
and watch again.
Has Clint Eastwood been in a horror movie? Because if not, he needs to be a quiet psycho killer. Actually,
What movies
well,
he's doing these days.
okay, hang on. What play Misty for me?
That's a
That
thriller.
it's not. It's more of a thriller, but you understand why I might classify it as a horror movie.
Yeah.
He plays a radio DJ who has a stalker that tries to kill him,
Yep.
and so yeah, that's about as close as he ever made to being in a horror movie. I never realized the plot until the end. Yeah, right. Oh man, too much. Possession from 1981,
I don't remember this one.
and there's Sam Neill,
Yep.
Yeah, this
I can
one
see that 'cause
is.
I like Sam Neill.
a very young Sam Neill.
Yeah, this one is like.
Banned in the UK on its release.
Yeah, dude, this
Whoa.
one is kind of intense at points. But
Really?
yeah,
Okay, all right.
yeah, just
See,
yeah.
I remember Sam Neill being Damien as a young man in the third Omen movie. Yeah.
Okay, so this one is just body horror for the sake of body horror and other shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. Possession, 1981. Might have to check that out. I like Sam Neill, dude. I'll watch just about anything he's in.
Okay,
The
I've seen the
Babadook.
Babadook.
2014. Well, tell us about it, Kay.
Okay, it's been a couple of years, but I've seen it. It's a little creepy, but not extremely creepy. Mm-hmm. Like the movie's kind of slow to start. It has a little slow start, but it's pretty decent. I wouldn't say it's S tier. I watched this like a couple of years back with my younger sister, before I had issues with my younger sister. Mm-hmm. And we watched it together, and it's definitely something. I think you could definitely watch it.
Kind of movie?
It kind of is, yeah. Yeah, you could say it's a boogeyman type movie. Yeah,
that's what I was going to say. I got the vibe when I saw a lot of the advertisements and stuff for it. It seemed to me like a Candyman type of movie, like it was a monster that everybody knew about and didn't want to deal with, or something like that.
It's basically what the Babadook was. It's basically like a monster that hides.
But it's good, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, I could say it was pretty good.
It keeps coming up on these lists. I keep seeing it pop up.
I would say it's maybe a B or C tier. I mean, I wouldn't say it's absolutely amazing, but it's pretty decent to watch.
Okay. All right. And I do have to chime in here on Soul Assassins. Yes, he does. Clint Eastwood had a film where he was hanged and came back for revenge. Is kind of horror. He actually played a couple of those parts.
Didn't he?
The High Plains Drifter is the one I always remember because it's left to interpretation, but you really get the feeling that he's the ghost of the sheriff in High Plains Drifter that's come back for revenge on the town because he was whipped to death in the middle of the town. He those aren't really horror movies though. They're westerns, but westerns with some, I'd almost say Lovecraftian lore to them.
A little bit. That's got that feel anyway.
It's got that feel to it. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, the Babadook. We're definitely going to have to check that one out. The Incredible Shrinking Man from 1957.
That is hilarious.
It is. Yeah,
I love this movie.
Yeah, I don't think this qualifies.
It's not horror. It's more of comedy, action.
Mm-hmm.
Like
they made quite a few of these. Didn't they make one called the 50-Foot Woman or some shit like that?
That was awesome.
I mean, they made all kinds of
50-Foot Woman.
Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah. I love that one.
Yeah, it was a cool genre. Planet Terror.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
Anybody who's a Quentin Tarantino fan has seen this movie right here.
This is Grindhouse maxed out to the max.
Yeah. It's great. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
When she slaps the fucking M16 on her leg, it's fucking
great. Dude.
That's
Robert Rodriguez.
I will never forget these movies because they were the last movies I watched before going into basic training.
Really?
Literally, like I was gonna leave on like a Friday or whatever, and it got delayed, and then the weekend, so it was delayed until the following week, and that weekend is when Grindhouse came out.
Right, Grindhouse, guys. So if you don't know, it was actually two movies.
Yeah,
Planet Terror and Death Proof. Death Proof, starring Kurt Russell as a stuntman and driver that liked to kill people with his car. Very cool movies. Machete was actually born out of this movie because he did it in the Grindhouse style because that's what they used to play at drive-ins, and he showed some of the crazy Grindhouse trailers, between movies, and Machete was one of them, and they actually made the Machete movie after that. But this is great stuff. Planet Terror.
Yeah, it's funny as fuck.
It's a lot of fun. It's just it's just off the wall fun. I would put it in the caliber of Creep Show. It's like watching Creep Show. They're individual stories that are just really off the chain. They're fucking great.
And Machete, he may have started here, but he actually is the uncle of the kids from Spy Kids.
Is he? Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uncle Machete.
I did not know that. Okay. Very cool. Let's see. Railway Nation's here. He said Gravity Falls is better than Planet Terror. Gravity Falls? I don't know what that
Never
is.
heard of it.
It's a cartoon.
It's a cartoon.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
No one speaks of Taco Bell fart. Ugh, horrific. Oh, no. Oh. Let's see. went from 10 to 8 when she lost the leg, and then to a 12 with the gun attachment.
Gun
no
attachment.
doubt. Yes.
What's up, bro?
Stuntman Mike. That's right, Vince. Yeah. Absolutely. A leg above the rest. Okay, look, we're going to stop here for this week. We're at the 155 mark. We're going to continue this list, continue the celebration. So you already had one that we gave you S tier. That's The Omen. You got that one. You got, let's see, the Creature from the Black Lagoon and Wolfman, two of the Universal monsters. And I think that's about it we got for you off of this list so far, right? No. We did add Invasion of the Body Snatchers in 1978. Yeah, we got that one. So that's 4. That's enough for now.
Now, if you guys haven't checked out the Babadook and you want to check it out, definitely check it out. I mean, I liked it then.
I want to see it. I do. It's just I don't get to see these movies because Rhonda won't watch them with me, and I watch a lot of stuff with her. So,
Rhonda might like it because it's a pretty.
I'm telling you, listen to me. As soon as I say it's a horror movie, she will.
She'll bounce.
She'll bounce. It'll be over.
She's gone. She'll bounce.
Yep. Let's see, panel. What is your guess for number 1? Oh, number 1.
Diddy's House of Horror.
Frankenstein.
What did you? Okay, Frankenstein. What did you say, Knock?
I said Diddy's House of Horror.
Diddy's House of Horror. Yeah. Okay.
Extra body oil.
That'll count for Knock because he's not a friggin' horror fan. He's just not. Damn, I need something to write this down with. I guess I'll just.
I'd have to think about it. There has to be. I mean, Event Horizon's up there for me.
Yeah.
I really like that one.
I don't have any guesses for number 1. I mean, I've never been huge.
I am going to say my guess. Okay, so Knock doesn't
Chucky
have
was one I always hated.
And Knock, come up with one for next week. I'm going to say just off the top of my head, and I'm just going to go with my favorite one ever, and I'm going to say Halloween's going to be number 1. That's what
I'm going to say Chucky.
I'm just going to say Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th for Kay. John, what did you say?
Frankenstein, the original.
You said Frankenstein? Okay. Friday the 13th for Kay. Frankenstein for John. What do you got there, Jed?
I don't know. I'm thinking about it because there's a lot.
Okay, you said Child's Play, right, Knock? You said Chucky.
Yeah.
That's the name of the movie, Child's Play.
Vince says Showgirls.
Nah.
Ha! That is a horror movie. Oh, good God.
Yeah, number one is Borderlands.
Well, you can add Joker 2 to that list too. So.
Let's see. Number 1 horror movie is
Joker at least made a little bit of money.
Some woke LTBGS movie. Who knows? Okay, Jed, what'd you come up with?
I don't know because there's so many things there.
Okay,
we haven't seen Scream. Scream could be up there too.
Scream could be up there.
Scream in the 30s or 40s.
I'm gonna wait till I see more of the list.
Yeah, he wants to knock some of them off. You're like my dad.
I mean, come on.
Yeah,
that's kind of defeating the whole purpose, Jed.
Okay, you give us one now, or we put an asterisk on you. How about that?
Oh, asterisk.
Okay, you're gonna get the asterisk.
God,
all right,
okay.
There you go. All right, girls, that's it for this week. We'll have more horror antics for the Halloween season next week. So tune in. We're going to talk about it, man. I decided to do this list of top 100 because I know as we go further down, it's going to take us more and more to cover it because we're going to start getting into some really good stuff here coming up. But tune in next week, this same time at 5:30 p.m. Central Time for State of the Atmosphere as our Halloween party will continue. And then Friday, you can see me on Sketching the Privateer, where I work on my comic book at 1 p.m. Central Time in the afternoon, or just watch the replay. I put it on 6 different channels, so if you can't catch this one, there's something wrong. Anyway, 1 p.m. Central Time here on YouTube every Friday. And then Friday, you're not doing a show this week, right, John?
No, I'm going to Striper.
But because he's got a concert, he is continuing his tour of watching very old rock acts because he saw Judas Priest and Sabaton not too long ago. Sabaton's not that, but Judas Priest definitely is.
Tickets for Disturbed go on sale on Friday.
I'd love to go see those guys, man. They're
coming to DC in May of next year.
You gonna go, dude? Gotta go.
I did the pre-sign up thing and I never got the email for the pre-registration, so I gotta wait till Friday. They never sent me an email, so I got to wait till Friday when the tickets drop.
Okay. All right. Anyway, it'll be back at its normal time a week from this Friday at 8 p.m. Central Time. Game night with John on Pop Culture Minefield's channel as he finishes up the Telltale series of The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And then Saturday is the normal time for the MFR Roadhouse at 9 p.m. Central Time on Jed Revenwolf's channel, but he's going to be out for the next week or maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Because I don't know. They might move my dentistry thing. The reason why the Roadhouse is on hiatus is I'm waiting to see what my dentistry is going to be like. So that's the reason why it's on hiatus.
So just monitor his channel.
Yeah.
Its regular time is 9 p.m. on Saturdays. And then Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Central Time, it's time for the pregame party. I'm going to have to change the name of this to the football pregame party because we are going really in depth with college football on this thing here lately. So we were thinking about doing just a college football show, but I think we can keep it all together in this one for right now. Starts at 10 a.m. Central Time, 2 hours before your kickoff of your afternoon slate of games on Sunday. We recap Saturday's action in college football, and we talk about everything NFL. So you guys come check that out. 10 a.m. Central Time on Sundays. And then Monday morning on Military Monday, Pop Culture Minefield's channel presents The Predator, one of the greatest movies ever made.
You are one ugly son of a bitch.
You are one ugly son of a bitch. That's right. Get to the chopper! I mean, so quotable. If it bleeds, we can kill it. That's right.
I don't think I've ever watched this movie all the way through. Like,
are you serious, bro? God,
I've seen cuts of it. I've probably seen every part of the movie, just in different cuts.
Yeah. Well, I got to tell you, man, great director, John McTiernan, one of the greatest action directors of all time. He did the original Die Hard. He did The Hunt for Red October. I mean, there's so many great things I could say about this movie, but come check it out Monday on Military Monday over there with Gary Kissel and the gang. I'll be there, and we're going to talk some Predator at 10 a.m. Central Time on Pop Culture Minefield's channel. And then this Monday at 4 p.m. Central Time, we're going to cover one of the funniest movies you'll ever see if you like science fiction, Dark Star. It's basically a comedic version of 2001: A Space Odyssey. Yeah. Kind of with a Monty Python twist to it, man. It's really funny. This movie's great. A bunch of really young up-and-comers made this movie in college as a short film, and when they graduated, they decided to make it a full-length feature and finished it up. I believe Dan O'Bannon had a piece of this. Yep. John Carpenter, of course, is credited as the director, but there's 3 really big guys in Hollywood that had something to do with this. Come check it out. We're going to talk about it on That 70s Rock Fans channel at 4 p.m. Central Time on Monday, John Carpenter's Dark Star. And then Monday at 5 p.m. Central Time, I'll be in there for Dark Star at the beginning of the show, but then I'll have to leave because at 5 p.m. Central Time, the brothers hack the Matrix. Everything you need to know about the clown show that is 2024 through the week's headlines. The brothers hack the Matrix every Monday at 5 p.m. Central Time. And then Tuesday, it's Papa Joe Gamer After Dark, video games, cocktails, and fails. And we'll be back to the playthrough of Brutal Legend. I finally beat Ophelia. Took me 2 weeks to do it, but I finally got done with her, and I'm going to do some side missions and try and build my guy up for the big showdown with the bad guy at the end of it. I think I'm pretty close to finishing this game.
Yeah, you are.
Anyway, we'll do the next part of it this Tuesday at 10 p.m. Central Time on my channel, and then it's right back around to State of the Atmosphere, and our Halloween celebration will continue. So, for myself, Jed and his lady Kay, Knock, and Das Wolfen, I want to thank you guys for being here, and of course, Vince has put all the friggin' stuff in the chat to check out, all the links. Definitely go check out all of our stuff, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. Let's see. Ariel says, until next time, everyone, stay out of trouble or don't get caught. I just will make sure I don't get caught because I'm always in trouble. Vince says, cheerio, guys and gals. See you next time.
I can't promise them that don't get caught, Harvey.
I always catch you.
And stay nerdy, everybody. And have yourself a great night. And you know what I'm going to say. Until we see you again, I want you guys to keep on keeping on. God bless. And don't forget, especially in the Hollywood season, Titty Tuesday continues into Wednesday every time.
Yes.
Halloween.
Every time. That's right. Especially at Halloween.
Halloween.